Hello, Adab, Namaste. Do you know many women around who are spending all their time in raising their children, and there comes a time in their life when they feel, okay, now I want to do something for my own life. I want to start something and be an entrepreneur. In that stead, we've come to meet Geetika Batra, who's the founder. In fact, she's a serial entrepreneur and she's founded not one but three companies which go by the name Raga Events Management Dubai, Goldfish PR Communications India, and Comics 3. And all these three ventures are similar yet very, very different. This mom of twins started her business when she was 38. Today, 11 years hence, she has created a life for her own and created a business which actually gives her much more satisfaction and something which all entrepreneurs crave for. So come, let's meet her. So, hi Geetika.
Hi.
How has it been, as a mother of twin kids and handling all your houses and then giving it all up to start your own venture?
So, Sophia, for me, it's a very interesting journey, I would say. Always, still till date, whatever I am, whoever I am very clear with my priorities in terms of my priorities are always my family first. Whether they are my kids, my parents, my family, my house, that comes first always for me. And then comes my other interests and passions, which has been converted into my profession now.
Do you think it comes upon women that, they've always got to prioritize their kids and family? Or is it because us women are actually like that?
I think there is a lot of myths and hypes about being a woman. Of course, I love enjoying being a woman, and we have our own perks also. Maybe I have not seen that side where women being dominated or exploited, thankfully. And of course, we have to create some kind of awareness and to change the world. But then, for me, I think we women come with that responsibility naturally. It's not that someone has asked us to do or someone forces us to do a natural instinct for a woman. Because a woman has to be a mother, a daughter, a wife. So all these relationships, they carry off very well, I feel.
Right. So you were living that happy married woman life.
Yeah.
What triggered you to start something?
So as I said, I have always been a hands-on mother, and I was not in India for a very long time.
And you were based in Dubai?
Yes, the family is still based in Dubai. So I come from a mindset where we have that independence and freedom of, doing things what we like. And I think for me, it was always clear what I like. So first, it was always clear I want to be a wife. I was a wife. I became a wife. Then I became mother, So I was very passionate about being a mother, and God has blessed me with twin kids, girl and boy, and today they are 21 years old. So that's my biggest achievement when I saw them growing up with and shaping up their career, their lives in a very good way and very mature way as compared to the new generation. So I'm very happy what I've done there. Now then comes to my passion, which is to create something for myself as a business empire or as a legacy for my children. And my interest always lies in people, if I could do something and where people are smiling, where I see happy faces for people. So I find I had curated a lot of events just by default, just by my interest, for my family, for my friends. And suddenly it became a little more elevated when people started connecting me in Gurgaon that okay, why don't you curate an event for us, whether it's a eating outlet or whether it's a book launch or whether it's something to do with PR and media. So that's how I started with a lot of passion.
So, when you started the first company in Dubai, what was it named and how did you go about it?
So the company's name in Dubai is Raga Events Management. We started as a vendor or as a company to provide end-to-end solutions to the brands. Hence, in terms of giving them all the whole support where their brand is growing visibility within the target audience, which is still the mantra for our
Right.
company in India. And in Dubai also we are registered vendors with Dubai World Trade Center, where our customers actually participated in one of the biggest food festivals called Gulf Food Festival. So
That's huge. That's
yeah,
something,
that's a big brand.
world-renowned.
Absolutely. And it's been keeping the consistency from long time now. So in those times, I'm talking about 10 years back, 11 years back, influencers and bloggers were not much of a trending segment, because they were bloggers, they were good bloggers who used to write, review, but not as much as now the social media has taken over. So we had done a lot of traditional way of marketing for them in terms of creating a very nice setup in Gulf Food Festival, giving them and helping them with a lot of teams who are in place to make aware about their brand to people who are walk-ins in the Gulf Food Festival. And then a lot of social media marketing also, the internet marketing also in terms of website, in terms of SEOs, and so on. So that is my company in Dubai.
So, what made you shift from Dubai to India?
There were some family decisions to be taken, and we as family, I think, as I said, our priority is always in for the family. So because of some decisions, so the elderly person gets sick in the family, you have to take care of them.
Right.
So my parents, my in-laws, all that family thing, and we took that decision mutually. Yeah.
So, was it easy to wrap up a successful business in Dubai and come to Gurgaon and start something with zero possibly?
Thankfully, in Dubai, I started my business after very long of my stay in Dubai, because जब मैं वहाँ रहती थी तो I was only into my motherhood. मैं उससे निकल ही नहीं पा रही थी,
Right.
and निकलना भी नहीं चाहती थी. So what happened? I started my company, and after 3 years of that company, we had to take the decision to move from Dubai. Those 3 years I enjoyed a lot. वो कहते हैं ना वो destiny, like how whatever is destined. I think we all believe in that, and somewhere or the other things keep unfolding us in front of us to
Right.
start believing in this. So similarly with me, I think whatever happened for good, for better. I created I explored another segment altogether in the country's growing country in terms of economy, in terms of business, in terms of all the futuristic concepts, and so that's how the whole transformation has has happened.
So, you remember your first project that you started here when you came back in India?
Oh yes, that's a very interesting story. Just very quickly, I'll tell you. So when I came to India, and I had no clue what I'm going to do, right? Because though I had started an events company in Dubai, but still doing events in Gurgaon or India, again, it's a very big task unless you have connections, you don't know anyone. It's again an alien country
True.
for you, though you belong to the country. But when you stay away from the country, from some place for so long, you realize that you need to be there to penetrate more towards any kind of work. And for me it was a clueless situation, and my family of course came to my rescue, and okay, तुमको जो करना है तुम कर लो, something like the rich people's daughter, wife or sister, तो salon खोल के बैठ जाओ और salon में invest कर लो या boutique खोल लो या restaurant खोल लो. So I opted for the same thing, and I end up opening a restaurant in terms of cafe in Gurgaon, because cafe concept was catching up in
Right.
Gurgaon, and Gurgaon is very aware and very progressive market, I would say. So we opened a small outlet in Gurgaon, and that's how my networking started. So
Okay.
so it was in a partnership, and then the brand belongs to somebody else. They wanted an investor or a promoter to invest in certain outlets to take it forward. We did that. I invested in 2 outlets, and my first condition was that I'll always be an active partner, because of course I wanted to do something, and I also got more precise when I told them that I'll be looking after the marketing part.
Okay.
And they were all very shocked, because marketing में मेरे को पता तो बहुत कुछ है, but उस specific vicinity का नहीं पता, उस
Right.
specific area का या field का नहीं पता कि कैसे करना है. I said no, I'll be doing that. So I took up that challenge. I did a wonderful job. Why? Because for 18 months we ran that outlet. Due to some internal differences, we had to shut down. But that has given me a reach of people and a network where people started recognizing me, where people
Right.
started know me more than the restaurant, because so they used to feel that okay, I am the PR person for that restaurant, be
Okay.
you know, not only an owner or a founder. They just found that I have been into the PR and the marketing space for long, and I'm doing some good job irrespective of the restaurant shutdown. So it's not only restaurant shuts down for a, you know, there are so many factors, there are so many
True.
reasons why a business doesn't work.
Right.
And so I would also want to thank very important people in my life. So Megha and Suveet Kalra, they are owners of the restaurant called Ardor. ARDOR, Ardor 2.1. That's
The one that is in CP?
Absolutely.
We all know about it.
Absolutely. So very old lounge place,
Right.
and very successful running lounge place. And then they connected with me, and then they are like, okay, we are coming up in Gurgaon and we have our CP restaurant. So why don't you do something with us, for us, you know? I said, I don't mind, because at that time I have developed good network where I feel that I can promote their place in the right audience. And then they are very famous with their big thalis,
True,
you know,
true.
the most economic meals they provide.
Right.
So I was very happy doing that. So I worked with them for 2 to 3 years. And simultaneously, a lot of more F&B outlets have come in contact with them and with me, and I started working for them with them. Before pre-COVID, this is the pre-COVID area where I explored a lot of F&B in Gurgaon space,
Right.
in Delhi, in Gurgaon space. Not touched Noida yet, but very comfortable in my work, very happy with what I was doing in terms
Right.
of monetary also, and in terms of the contentment, in terms of delivering and executing what you are doing. I was very happy. So you know, there were few more good people come together to just support me. I have never promoted my brand, never promoted my company that okay, oh, I am a PR, I have found a new company or formed a new company in India, and you know, now I'm ready to take business or give me business. Everything just comes with the recommendation. So you know, that gives you a feeling of more you know, encouragement and motivation to do more better. That means that you have actually spread your name within that span of time, irrespective of very big dhurandas in the place of, in the field, in the same space. Still you have that name. So that has given me a lot of responsibility and clarification in my mind that okay, now and you know, at the same time the kids were growing up. When I came to
Right.
India, of course the kids were going through their teenager, adolescent age, and they were growing up, and I was very happy balancing both, because I have been working in my comfort zone so far. So that ways I've always been blessed. And yes, then the pandemic happened, and then
How
the
was
whole
COVID for your
situation changed, and then I revamped the whole thing. So during the pandemic I have not done anything, not done, like everything was shut, especially the hospitality, travel,
True.
and hotel industry was totally not working. And so I took a break also with that, of those 5 years of of my working and thing. And then when I had to start, so I had given up at one point of time again during the
Okay.
pandemic, because some tragedies had hit the family also, in terms of my father's ailing father. He got bedridden during that time, and we all were affected with the
We were.
with the thing, mentally and physically. So I had given up and I said नहीं नहीं, मैं बस इतना ही करना था मुझे, and हो गया.
Do you consider it the lowest point of your life?
Not lowest was when I came to India, for me.
Oh,
Yes.
and why would that be so?
Because I again, so when you had that luxurious comfortable life, and now you are also settling up with your work, and then you had to restart all over
Right.
again, whether it's your network, it's your friends, and it's your that comfort zone. So that was my lowest point, but now I'm very happy that actually we took that decision.
True.
So as I said, like whatever happens for the good.
So COVID was one of the lows.
COVID was one of the phases where I had given up, that I would not want to continue with my work, क्योंकि अब क्या, अब तो सब कुछ बंद हो गया, अब तो सब कुछ खत्म हो गया, those I went into that
Right.
era. So but again, as I said, I've really been blessed with people. So I want to give credit to Kabir. He's a dear friend, an astrologer, a VP with an IT company, astrologer by passion. Now he's taking his astrology in a very good way. I really wanted you to meet him also once.
We will.
You have to, because
Okay.
that is one content, that is one guest I would like to bring him in front of people, because he's very genuine and full of knowledge in terms of the astrology which people believe in. So he's come up with his own website called Edu Astro, very big website, where he's providing solutions from all the aspects, and
Right.
have big experts on board, like Vastu expert, numerologist, palmist,
Okay.
so all these people. So he's based in Bangalore.
Okay.
And he is a passionate author also. So during COVID, he also explored with his skills and potential, and he wrote a book, which is called A Mindful Mind. I'm a very bad reader. I don't read books. And he got connected to me, and we were always connected from last 7 years, because he was one of my first friends whom I found when I came to India, irrespective of living in different cities.
Okay.
So thanks to again social media portals, for some women portal I joined, and there somebody recommended his name, and that's
Okay.
how I got in touch with him, because at that time I was going through a lowest phase, and I never used to believe in astrology or any kind of, not believe, but I have never been aware about the things in a right
Right.
way. I think we all are mostly not aware about things.
True.
So we start saying कि हम believe ही नहीं करते उसमें. जब आपको पता ही नहीं है, तो आपके पास ऑप्शन क्या है
Correct.
बिलीव करने का या ना करने का. So I got connected with Kabir, and then Kabir told me that I need your help. I said yes. He says you are into events and PR. I was thinking कि मैं थी, अब नहीं हूँ. I mean मैंने क्योंकि decide कर लिया था कि मैं नहीं
Right.
करूँगी. And so he's like I have created a book. I have written a book. Now the launch has to happen in Gurgaon. I said,
Okay.
what is that? You are based in Bangalore, and you can easily launch in your corporate circle, and start selling in Amazon, and that's how. So he's like, no, Gurgaon is a good market, and meko na, you will be the one who will restart yourself with my book. I said, ये तुम मेरे को लॉन्च करने के लिए बुक लॉन्च कर रहे हो, या तुमको अपनी बुक लॉन्च करनी है? तो इट वाज अ वेरी फनी, वेरी इमोशनल, वेरी क्यूट इंसिडेंट, एंड ही इज लाइक नहीं नहीं तुम करो. सो ही हैज़ अंडरस्टूड माई साइकी बाय देन, बिकॉज नाउ ही नोज मी सो मच इनसाइड आउट. सो ही सेड नहीं नहीं तुमको बुक लॉन्च करनी है मेरी, तुम देखो कैसे करना है. देन आई स्टार्टेड हैविंग दैट गैदरिंग दैट गट्स एंड इंटरेस्ट के मेरे को चलो कुछ करने के लिए है, एंड आई रियली वांट टू गो अबाउट इट वेल. And he has shown so much faith in me, confidence in me, that I couldn't leave any stone unturned to disappoint him,
Right.
So we launched the book 11th December 2021. And after the second wave,
Yeah.
and it was a fabulous launch with 200 people attending the launch.
Amazing.
And it was not expected, and thankfully the launch where we did, it's a very beautiful pub terrace place called Nowhere. Nowhere is located in Gurgaon, DLF4, and again the owner of Nowhere, very dear friend, very nice friend, believes in me. You sometimes you just
Right.
get motivated with good people around you, and I think I'm that person. I need that motivation. Self motivation nahi ho pata sometimes. So I need those people, and God has given me such bunch of people. So he provided with the space, he provided with all the arrangements. I called Kabir to launch the book, and there were all the people, all the women went very happy buying the books at the launch, and then Amazon selling also happened eventually. Kabir was very happy, and everybody was like, it's fabulous. I mean, it restarted my
Right.
events again. So that's how, where the second, you can
Phase
say,
of
the
your
phase
journey
of
started.
my entrepreneurial journey has started. Yes.
So was this the time when you also changed the name of the company?
So yes, so I was very much into F&B pre-COVID. Post-COVID, of course, there are so much concepts in health and
Right.
lifestyle, beauty, wellness have come up, and I wanted to explore that also. Yes, I revamped the whole company's name, and more services been added, and taking more into wellness and
Right.
health and other clients than the F&B. That's how.
So talking about clients, how many clients do you have on board right now?
So Sophia, it's not many people I work with. I work on two bases. So Goldfish PR and Communications work with two categories, so one is on retainer, where we are giving them solutions,
Right.
brand visibility solutions for a certain number of period of time, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And second is the project basis. If
Right.
a launch has come, if anything to be done specifically with that product or service, we do that. So there are two things we do.
Okay.
And also I would tell you, in Goldfish has 3 verticals. So what are the 3 verticals? One is to work with brand visibility with the
Right.
brands, with the businesses. We want to convert them into brands. So the tagline of Goldfish is from business to brand.
Okay.
Because everyone opens business, but everyone wants to make it a brand.
True. That's very true.
And it's a journey.
It
So
is.
from business to brand, there's a big journey, big so many things take place during
Right.
this journey. So we do that, one aspect. And the second aspect of Goldfish is to work with corporates exclusively.
Okay.
Corporates in terms of their internal teams, in
Right.
terms of providing some experiences to their teams, whether it's wellness experience, recreational experience, or some kind of entertainment, anything to, or team building exercises. So we do a lot of corporate events, purely
Okay.
corporate events within the corporates.
Fine.
Third is to create, to have Goldfish own property, independent property.
Okay.
So what is that now? So creating IPs are very difficult nowadays. So this has nothing to do with the brand, but at the same time we give a lot of brand chances to be a part of that IP. And the first IP we created last year, 2023, which is called Comics 3.
Okay.
So I will come back to your question of the clients when you asked. I just want to elaborate the Goldfish aspect. So these are the 3 aspects,
Okay.
which Goldfish does. Coming back to clients, I take again clients as per my terms and choices. Because if I believe in certain brand, if I believe in certain service or product, I would definitely want to take it forward.
True.
I would be able to justify it fullest when I
Right.
have believed in that brand, in that and that business, and that's how I work. So I keep 4 to 5 clients on retainer on monthly
Okay.
basis at one time, and this is how the graph is going. That too without advertising about Goldfish.
Which is phenomenal.
This is one thing, that has actually kept me going, that without being having any kind of social media presence or doing a lot of content for my company, I still have work with me and good
Right.
work I'm doing.
True.
Rest is, I think my clients know better what kind of work I do for them, but yes.
I think it's more about the journey wherein you're going rather than having those peaks or those markers. Because when you feel satisfied as an entrepreneur, that is the time you should feel that yes, I've made a successful business. Is it so?
I think yes, to an extent, because that gives you clarity that how you would want to go ahead and if you want to go ahead.
Right,
So this has
right.
happened in my case. I have done good work in that 5 to 6 years of time, minus COVID. And I have found myself very passionate about what I do. I am doing it very dedicatedly. Of course, everyone does their work dedicatedly. I'm not denying on that thing, but I really feel that I have got the clarity that I can do this now. So I have to take it forward. I have to create a legacy, and there is a lot of work in the market. If you are doing good work, there is a lot of work in the market, even though you promote or not. But again, promoting your own work is a first step, which you should be doing. So I had done so much work, but I have never documented. वो सब मज़े मज़े में हो गया, कर लिया कि आपने एक काम लिया, कर लिया. It has never been documented. Now I realize the importance of documenting your work. But I had done much more better work, and fruitful things, and I've never documented.
So basically, छप्पन भोग बनाकर खा लिया,
खा लिया, लेकिन छप्पन भोग किसी को पता ही नहीं है बना. So I have realized certain things which I would have done, but it's never too late. I am very happy with my journey, with my things, however I'm growing, or in what way I'm growing and what pace I'm growing. I'm good with that. Now I think it's time to take it to another level, where I feel that I need to spread with more businesses, because there is a dearth I'm finding for good PR.
Okay.
Everyone is doing PR, everyone is an influencer, everyone is into events, everyone is a makeup artist, believe me, and now everyone will be a podcaster. So,
I get that feeling.
No, it's not like that, but how the trend comes.
Oh, true.
I think वो पहले बोलते थे ना, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. मैंने ना इसको थोड़ा चेंज कर दिया, जैसा दिखता है वैसा बिकता है.
That is true.
So I feel कि कुछ भी एक ट्रेंड ले लो और वो ही सब बन जाते हैं. या even in beauty, if we see, हमने पहले एलोवेरा उठाया, एलोवेरा ही बन गया, बस वही है. फिर चाकोल पे आ गए, चाकोल बन गया. अब क्या क्या आ गया है कि क्या क्या कर रहे हैं. So what I'm trying to say that everyone does everything, but how much they justify, they they do that proper thing, what they have to deliver, how much they know about their work. That's more important, I feel.
Also, I think you've got to be unique in whatever you're doing. That would help you stand apart from the rest of the crowd.
Sophia, I believe personally there is nothing to be unique. There is nothing like what is uniqueness, what is unique. No, see, ये कह के ना हर आदमी अब out of the way जा के unique बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है, irrespective of उनको पता ही नहीं है वो uniqueness क्या है.
Okay.
So I feel that unique नहीं होना है आपको, लेकिन आपको जो काम करना है उसके बारे में आपको पूरा पता होना चाहिए कि आप क्या कर रहे हो. आप अपने आप यूनिक हो जाते हो. अगर आप एज अ PR एजेंसी, आप you are providing with good solutions, meaningful solutions, right target audience, helping the brand or the businesses or the owners to find their niche in the market. There are so many things going on. A person who is investing in their businesses with all their hard earned resources, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's efforts, energy, everything, they spend so much of capital in the business, and then they bring the very good product to the market, service or product. I'm addressing as a product. They feel that अब इसके beyond तो कुछ है ही नहीं, because इसमें तो हमारा सारा passion, सारा dedication, सारा experience और पैसे लग गए हैं. तो but now what next? They still lack the understanding. A lot of people, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people lack in understanding that how to take the product forward, or how to grow and know more people to know about their product. I mean, how to make them know about your product. There comes the right PR and the marketing people, because to recognize whether your business is for classes and masses or in the middle somewhere, what are the costings, what kind of selling points you are getting into e-commerce or retail or B2B, B2C, however. First, then these things have happened, then to recognize your target audience. A lot of people are actually doing same things repeatedly, whether it's for the niche brands, whether it's for the ordinary brand, whether it's for anybody. It has to be a difference. It has to be a very, very specifically targeted activities and exercises a PR should do for a business. This is what my understanding is with all the experiences I've gained.
So Geetika, can you take us through, let's say, a PR campaign that you would devise your way for let's say any F&B brand. Can you take us through that journey?
See, PR campaign, I would not want to elaborate on that, but yes, definitely I would say that the framework is same, the frame is same, but the fittings are different. So
Okay.
when you are fitting into that frame something, you have to be, again, know a lot of things about the vicinity, where the place outlet is, about the target audience, about the cost, about the menu, about the cuisine, about the
Right.
chefs, about the a lot of things, you know. That's what I said. I go detail into my client's business, and then I propose them or I offer them that kind of solutions what I'm looking at. So basically the activities are same. If you count on 7 to 8 activities which my company provides to them: PR, media, influencers, events, celebrities, you know, like SEOs, social media, digital media, traditional media. These are the 7 to 8 activities which remain the same, but the everything differently goes in each activity
True.
as per the
Client's
requirement and as
requirement.
per the brand.
Okay. So moving on from your PR business, you also mentioned something called Comics 3. The
Yeah.
word sounded very interesting.
Yeah.
What does it exactly mean? What are you doing there?
Yeah, so that's also again very funny incident. So when I was curating, I was having an event, you know, with all my friends at one of the lounges recently launched in Gurgaon, post-COVID, and we were all standing, chatting, and you know, so I laugh a lot. I end up laughing at anything and everything.
Okay.
That's what my friends tell me. But some of my friends are really funny, you know, they are very funny. So sometimes we were just talking and laughing, and I said कि तुमको तो ना स्टैंड अप बनना चाहिए. तो दे सेड कि अच्छा तो तुम हमें बनाओ स्टैंड अप, तुम करो शो, हम परफॉर्म करेंगे. You know, that's how the whole concept has started of Comics 3. So Comics 3 is inspired by Comic Stan and Comic Sutra. The USP of Comics 3 is that women are the performers.
Okay.
So women from any walk are the performers. We are not inviting known people. We do invite known people also, but basically we are giving the platform to women who have that flair for comedy, humor, and you know, who are always throwing jokes with their poker faces in a, you know, very witty manner. So we are looking for those women who want to display their showcase their talent. So this is something Comics 3 we started, and that's how our first show happened in 2023 March, and it's 1 year now today when we founded Comics 3. So first show happened with a bunch of friends who were very keen to perform, and all those 4 to 5 friends have been given 8 to 10 minutes of that slot, so that it will not be boring
Right.
also for people. We don't know what kind of content is coming out from
true.
them, you know. मैं तो हंस लूँगी, बाकियों का क्या. So again, Sameer from nowhere has supported us to create in his cafe the
Okay.
show, first show, and we sold out tickets. We kept it very nominal in terms of 399, 499 rupees, including everything. Come enjoy the show and have beer, have your snacks, you know, like do your networking. So we end up again having 170 people in my first show. So that was a very good thing for me.
Right.
You know, people were interested and went very happily and looked forward for the second show. So second show, I was not very keen to do in that short interval of time, because I need more preparations, and this time I was coming up with more planning and
Right.
stuff. But then we did it in May, in the month of May, last May, and we did it with auditions this time.
Okay.
So what we did, we had a form, and we had boosted the posts on Instagram, and that's how we got the contestants from across India. And some of them came for auditions, and then we filtered, and then we found 3 to 4 people who could, you know, perform in the show, and then they did the comedy, and people liked it, and the performers also were very happy that they got something like this for the first time. They've been
Right.
doing in their college and in their family functions. So that's how the second show happened. Now I'm preparing for the third show, bigger show in 2024. End of
That is amazing. All the very best
Thank you.
for the next show
Thank
as
you.
well as for your journey. And thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Sophia.
for your insights into your journey into
Thank
the
you.
PR industry
Absolutely.
and the interesting work that you're doing.
Thank you, and I really want to thank your channel, Indian Business Legends.
Thank you.
Actually, you are, वो हीरा जोहरी वाली बात हो रही है कि you pick up a lot of meaningful people mindfully, very mindfully. What I've seen the content, and we are knowing about them. That's a very good way to bring them in front. What they are doing, what they are going through their journey, and how they are putting up.
That's the whole motivation behind starting India's Business Legends.
Correct.
That is, we want people from different spheres to tell us what they're doing in the business, how their journey has been, and where do they want to go from here.
Correct.
So, in that stead, we had Geetika with us, and stay tuned. We'll be back with another interesting episode next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.